Sakshi, an undergraduate student at Rutgers University majoring in computer science. I've had the privilege of working at Princeton IT Services as a software development intern, where I set out to gain real world experience while expanding my own skills. My internship journey has been really transformative. Initially, I aimed to apply my existing computer science skills and learn how technology can solve real world problems. My experience prior has mostly revolved around smaller projects that I quite enjoyed making but were not very useful to others. I now aspire not only to enhance my skill but also to become a more resourceful individual. First of all, this internship provided me with invaluable insight into professionalism. I have also encountered numerous challenges along the way. There was a task involving leveraging Sanity, a headless CMS, to boost our website's search engine optimization. While I haven't completely overcome this challenge, my research has led me to explore Sanity's API, specifically the GrogQ webhook, as a different kind of approach. One standout memory I have working at this company is intern day, where we were all surprised with an electronic scooter, which I cherish quite a lot. My experience here can be summarized as interesting, challenging, and immensely rewarding. I entered with a limited front end development knowledge, but now I'm confident in creating efficient web pages and using tools like Sanity and Next.js. For any future interns, I would advise everyone to have a passion for what you're doing and try to go above and beyond and truly take this as a learning experience. Thank you.
I'm an undergraduate student at the University of Maryland. I'm going to my second year as a computer engineering major. Throughout the internship, I was just expecting to learn more about the sort of product life cycle, and just going through the entire process of how to actually go through a project with the team. And that kind of expectation kind of held throughout it. Three words I could use to describe my experience would be, one would be informative, like I definitely learned a lot throughout it. Two would definitely be kind of tough because although I was able to get through majority of my work on time, we definitely due to our smaller team and we didn't have too many more professional experienced people working with us. We're all relatively new to the project, so it definitely was a little bit tougher on us. And three, I just have to say, just interesting in general because we gotta have fun with it, learn a lot, and just enjoy the whole process. Say for the three top skills, one I'd have to say is definitely my sort of teamwork. I think I've definitely although I've worked with tons of teams before, this sort of smaller professional application definitely did change up my experience a bit, so I was able to gain some more with that. I also have to say, definitely improved my programming skills. I added a whole new language and system with JavaScript and React, along with being able to learn how to code APIs and things like that. And then three, I have to say in general, just sort of time management and sort of prioritizing goals. Because although I probably could have focused on a bunch of side things to it, I think in general due to the fact that it was not a really long internship, and I just had to prioritize what I wanted to get done and learn over certain other aspects.
Hello, my name is Isha Madhusudan and I am a rising high school senior. I held a position at Princeton IT Services as a digital marketing intern. When I first joined this program, I was a little overwhelmed by this new setting. And to be honest, I was nervous because I'm only a high schooler and I don't have as much experience as others here. However, everyone around me helped me get introduced to this role, and they taught me a lot of valuable skills I will continue to use in my future endeavors. One amazing memory I have from this internship was being able to set up a booth and network with people at the Telugu Association of North America's 23rd convention. This provided me with a new experience of traveling for work and being independent. With this internship, I feel that all of my communication skills and marketing skills were definitely enhanced by a lot. And I felt like I was part of the team 24/7, even though I am only a high school student. I got to experience working on a variety of different platforms as well that were definitely new to me, like Microsoft 365 and WordPress, as well as social media platforms like Twitter. My knowledge on IT services as well as IT products as well have improved so much due to my participation here at Princeton IT Services. And I feel like I got to see the real world when it comes to working. You really inspired me to further my interest in STEM and to continue my journey in the IT business field. Some advice I would give to future interns would be to not be afraid to ask anything, and that people will always be willing to take the time to teach you, even if you just take the time to ask. And for Princeton IT Services, our CEO, Mr. Ravi, and Ms. Chipra, thank you so much for an amazing opportunity, and thank you for teaching me such vital career skills. I am forever grateful. Thank you.
Hey everyone, I'm Anshul Arvind. I am going to be doing my Princeton ITS internship reflection video here. So to introduce myself, I am Anshul, obviously, as mentioned before. I am a computer science major with a minor in data science at Rutgers University, and I currently work as a cybersecurity intern at Princeton IT Services. So some of the expectations I had before I joined this internship was actually that, it's going to be to work on real life projects, to get some real world experience. And then throughout the internship, those expectations didn't obviously change because I just wanted to continue doing what the projects are and just to keep doing them because I'd like to, get some real experience. And then and a goal when I joined the internship was to obviously gain more experience about everything. And I think I have achieved that goal. I was able to work on some really cool projects, which I will be talking about in a little bit. And then some of the best memories I had was National Internship Day, and when we got our scooters as like our internship gift. Those are really nice. The scooters are really, really good to use and they're really fun to ride as well. And I'm glad Ravi gave us the scooters. And then 3 words that I would describe is fulfilling, collaborative, and professional, because Ravi expects a lot of full professional behavior at all times, and if you're not, collaboration is also a big thing in the internship, because I was working with my great friend and now and a great coworker called Tarun. And then fulfilling, because whenever you finish a project, that's what you feel, right? And then when we finished those projects that Ravi gave us, it was really nice to it felt fulfilling that you have done something, right? And then the 3 skills that I gained the most was to work with email migration, learn trend micro email security, and then eventually we did our final project, which is we just set up Knox, where you can just add any company devices on there. So that's just one way. And then the area that I have improved in the most is obviously email security and migrations, because we're able to now I can perform email migrations for anyone, and it's pretty easy stuff now that I've done it once or twice. So yeah, it's good. And then these will help me in my future endeavors, because I could obviously, for any company in the future that I work at, I will be able to do the same thing. So yeah. And then the most challenging project that we worked on was obviously the very first project that we did, and then that was the email migration. So we did it for a client. It was difficult because we weren't able to figure out why the mailbox was not migrating from G Suite to Office 365. We overcame this by looking up opening tickets within the BitTitan website, and that's how we did it. And we eventually persevered and we found a solution, and then we were able to complete the project. And then future advice that I would give to future interns is that just complete your projects on time. Don't be afraid to ask Ravi for help, and obviously give your best. You won't always succeed, but you'll always be happy with the fact that you at least tried.
Hello, my name is Rithik Reddy, and I'm a rising sophomore at Rutgers Business School. And this past summer, I interned at Princeton IT Services as an international business intern. And I'm kind of just making this video in order to sum up everything I did this summer and kind of give some advice to future interns here.
What were your expectations before you joined this internship, and how has this expectation changed as the internship progressed?
Kind of coming into this internship, I didn't have that much knowledge in the segment of international business, and I kind of just hoped to get a foundation in that area through a lot of different research and finding out ways that Princeton IT Services can kind of expand internationally. So those were kind of my expectations. And then as it progressed through the summer, it kind of held true to that, and I feel like I fulfilled them also.
What was your best memory here?
My best memory here was probably National Intern Day, where kind of all the interns came together, and it was just like a really fun environment. And Ravi got us some food too. That was really nice, and I just remember it as a really fun day.
In what area did you feel like you improved the most?
I feel like I definitely improved the most in the area of conducting research, because international business kind of has like a lot of nuances and different subjects, such as like what licenses you have to obtain, like customs, duties, taxes that you have to pay, and like documents and all that. There's just a lot of like information in that area. So I feel like I kind of honed in on my ability to conduct like good research.
What advice would you give to future interns here at Princeton ITS?
I would definitely tell future interns to stay curious and always look for ways that you can help out in the business, like aside from what you're directly being told to do. And I feel like that'll really make you stand out to everyone else at the company, but also kind of give you some like sense of meaning and something you can look back to over the next year or so, past the next years.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Tarun John, and I'm an undergraduate student at Rutgers University majoring in information technology and informatics, taking the cybersecurity guided pathway. I am currently an information security intern here at Princeton ITS. Some expectations that I had before I joined the internship is that I was expecting like some kind of repetitive or remedial work, but as I was assigned more things, I was very delighted to find out that I had a huge variety of work experience to be gained here, and they were extremely informational and educational. My favorite memory from the internship would have to be the day that me and the other information security intern created a presentation on the certification that we were doing, and we presented in front of everybody else in the office, and it was really fun. One area that I feel that I improved the most was that I had more experience with corporate tools, and I felt a lot more familiar with like correspondence and communication using these tools, and I think this skill will carry on to future job experiences. What advice would I give? I think the best advice that I could give is to take advantage of this opportunity and be proactive in learning new things here, because there is a lot to do, and you can really get what you need from this internship by being proactive and going out and getting it. So that's probably the best advice I could give.
Hello, my name is Rayan Sarka, and I'm a Rutgers undergraduate studying computer science, and currently I'm interning at Princeton IT Services as a software development intern. And right now, as my internship comes close to an end, I am recording a video for future interns as well as the current team.
Okay, what were your expectations before you joined this internship, and how have these expectations changed as the internship progressed?
Well, when I first initially joined the internship, I assumed that I'd be working by myself and having to build a large project under the guidance of the CEO. But now that as time has progressed and there's been a lot of people join the team, I've got the blessing to work with a lot of people in a group environment under the guidance of the CEO, Ravi. And it's been a very good learning experience. I've learned a lot of things such as Jira, agile development environment, and so on and so forth, as well as good coding practices. And it's something that I definitely will take over to my future career.
What was your best memory from this internship?
My best memory, well, if we're not talking about technical terms here, it would be really Ravi's birthday. It was a good day, good cake. It was nice to see everybody there, have a good conversation and everything. So that was my best memory.
Nice. What area do you think you improved the most during this internship?
The area I feel like I improved the most on was the using resources. Something that was really difficult for me before I joined this internship was actually finding resources that could help me build better projects and learn more when it came to my career. But when I joined this internship, a big emphasis was on the use of AI. And because of that, I've been able to code more and do more and learn more in a shorter amount of time, which I'm grateful for that Ravi actually introduced the project that involves AI to me.
What advice would you give to future interns here at Princeton IT Services?
I would advise them to come here ready to learn, ready to work, because when you step in, Ravi's gonna give you a project from day one, and it's gonna be you're gonna hit the ground running. It won't be a case where like at other jobs where you might see there's a lot of onboarding or this and that. You hit the ground running. You start learning. You start working. You start researching whatever you may need to research to build that project.
Hi, my name is Ria Chandagiri, and this summer I was a software development intern at Princeton ITS. I'm currently an undergrad, and I'm going to my second year at the University of Maryland. I didn't really have many expectations for this internship before we started, besides just getting to work on some kind of software development project. But once I got to meet the team and learn more about what we were doing this summer, my expectations were that we would have the time and resources to learn more about the fields which we had less knowledge in, have someone to ask questions to and get guidance from in case we needed help, and just that we would be able to work well together as a team and produce a great end result. I think the best memory from this internship for me was National Interns Day. I had a great time just getting to know everyone else really well, getting to talk with the interns and people I had been seeing day to day, but hadn't necessarily had time to talk to because we were all busy on work. So I really appreciated that time, and especially the pizza party and everything else our boss did to make sure we had a great time. The area I think I improved the most on this summer was definitely in learning about the software development lifecycle and implementing it through waterfall and agile development styles. In the past, all my group projects related to coding have been in an academic space, so the way we approached it was also very academic, just split it up, divide and conquer, and get it done. But I learned over the summer that the way it works in the real world is you need to be checking in with each other, touching base on what needs to be changed, what's been done, what can be improved upon, checking with the client to see how they're feeling about it, and making sure that the product comes together well in the end. The advice I would give to future interns at this internship is just to be really proactive and go beyond just the bare minimum. I think if you get something to research, you should really go all into it. And if you have any questions, to make sure they get them resolved immediately instead of letting it all pile up, which is something we definitely learned the hard way. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Akshata and I'm a master's student at Stevens Institute of Technology. I joined Princeton ITS as a software development intern. When I joined Princeton ITS, my main goal was to learn something, but I expected to basically clean up files and fix a bit of code for someone more experienced than I am. But to my happy surprise, I ended up contributing to a major project and learning code end to end from the user interface to the backend development. I'm really happy with what I achieved in this aspect. The best memories of this internship, of course, include the pizza parties and, talking with my fellow interns and having fun with them. But some of my best memories are writing down code and having them actually work in a way that contributed to the project we were doing. The three best words I could use to describe my experience at Princeton ITS would be satisfying, informative, and fun. We had a lot of fun, putting in our effort and getting the project working. And we also learned a lot, and since it was an end-to-end project, it felt very satisfying to get the entire project underway and working. The top 3 skills I have learned in this internship was communication. We had to communicate with the users, or at least our manager who explained to us what the user wanted, as well as seniors in these particular technologies so we could understand these technologies better and implement them to the best of our ability. Another skill I learned was cooperation with our team. I had to learn how to, stand up for myself and communicate exactly what I wanted and what I thought would be work best with our project. Another one would be general programming and skill set and working hard. I feel like I definitely improved a lot in the realm of communication. That was definitely a place where I was lacking. It was there. I concentrated more on the back end of development than the user interface, and that was something that I had to correct. I really think that these skills will help me as a professional. The most challenging part of this project was probably some of the coding when it came to LangChain, which I definitely worked a lot on. It was very intense, but with the help of some seniors in the field, I did manage to execute it well. Some of the advice I would give to future interns at Princeton ITS would be to just go for it. Don't hold yourself back due to inexperience. Everyone starts somewhere, and there's always help, whether it's from Ravi or senior professionals in the field or just Google. It's always important to not let your deficiencies hold you back. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Sachin, and I am a senior in high school, and I held the position as the video production intern at Princeton ITS. My experience at Princeton ITS can be defined by 3 words, which is it was fun, it was interesting, and it was challenging. When I first joined this company, I was introduced to a lot of new things that I wasn't before, and it was just overwhelming to tackle, and I had to tackle it at some point. I couldn't just be ignorant and not know things. So immediately I had to do a lot of research to analyze what this company was looking for and what this company did, so that I can start improving my videos. And and my first 2 video wasn't very satisfactory. It wasn't, and I felt that it wasn't good, and that's because I didn't have the correct content, and I didn't do my homework at that point of time. And I would say video production, video creation is my passion, and never would I feel disinterested or bored. And it was during summer vacation where my mind wasn't involved in school. It just took my mind off of school, and I was just completely stress free. And video production, video editing made me to shift into another world where it just didn't deal with school, and I did have fun in it, and it was just a very fun environment. I felt extremely welcome there, and that is thanks to Mr. Ravi and Ms. Shipra. And I'm very glad to have these 2 people accompany me while I was at this company. Some advice for some future interns is to always stay on task and always to be very serious in what you're doing. If you're doing something if you're doing something like designing something, always look for small issues. Always try to be in another person's shoes and look at it through their perspective, and identify small issues. It's just not the big issues. You need to be able to be in someone else's shoes and think through their way, so that you can understand what they're looking for. And it's just a playground to improve. It's just, you need to keep on progressing. There's no end to it. And just focus on small issues, so that you can make your way to perfection. And there's no such thing as perfection. Nothing is perfect. It's just improvement only, and that's what I learned from this company. And it's just to never no work is just whatever. You need to put your hard work into whatever you're doing, so that your result is extremely satisfactory, and just and that's what I was able to learn from this company. Again, thank you to Mr. Ravi and Ms. Shipra for being with me in this company, and I also thank other interns for accompanying me through this internship experience. Thank you so much. Bye bye.